Oil and natural gas are among Texas's most valuable resources. We also produce more electricity than any other state. So some see the transition to more environmentally friendly forms of energy as a threat to the economy.
However, Texans won't necessarily be hung out to dry. ABC 7's Morgan Durden explores the potential money and sustainability the state could get with renewable energy.
The engines in our vehicles, heat in our homes, and lights we use are mostly powered by fossil fuels. In 2019, roughly 81% of the United States' total energy production came from them, and Texas is the top producer. According to the U.S. Energy and Employment Report, the fuel industry employs over 300,000 people in Texas, which is 30% of the national total. Not only does the oil and gas industry support jobs, economist Dr. Neil Meredith points out it funds the state budget through taxes and royalties. In 2019, that number was $16.3 billion.
The state, it funds a number of different programs through oil and gas. And so that's definitely a sizable portion of the Texas state economy in terms of production, in terms of, funding through the state government, that kind of stuff.
However, technology is advancing, climate change is more worrisome, and there is a push to move towards more environmentally friendly forms of energy.
Power companies like Xcel and others throughout the country are moving to more wind and solar power generation simply because it's a good business practice.
Until recently, Xcel Energy only relied on natural gas and coal for power generation. But as the price to build wind farms decreased significantly, Wes Reeves of Xcel says making the transition to renewable energy has become a better deal.
When you build a wind farm, you have those upfront costs, but your fuel is free. And in the case of our most recent 2 wind farms, annual savings from fuel costs are actually outstripping the annual cost to build and maintain those plants. And so it's a net savings to our customers.
By 2030, Xcel has the goal of reducing carbon emissions by 80% and becoming 100% carbon-free by 2050. General Motors has announced it's switching gears, planning to go all-electric by 2035, and Ford has similar plans. The news of companies abandoning fossil fuels may raise a giant red flag for many Texans. However, Krista Castaneda, an oil and gas attorney, says technology is also developing in this sector.
We've developed to where we are now. There will be continued development of new technologies relating to fossil fuels, but hopefully there's also going to be a new and renewed investment in recycling of fossil fuel generated materials and recapture of some of the, consequences.
While the need for fossil fuel will be present for the foreseeable future, the transition to solar and wind energy could be viewed as a diversification in Texas's energy grid and another place for economic gain. Energy isn't a zero-sum game. Texas is taking advantage of all energy sources it has in abundance. The Lone Star State leads the nation in wind-powered electricity generation with a capacity of over 28,000 megawatts and is the 6th largest producer of solar power. And experts say the western part of the state has some of the greatest solar power potential in the country. Despite the naysayers, the American industry has decided this is the direction the wind is blowing. Reporting in Amarillo, I'm Morgan Durden, ABC 7 News.